be picking up from yesterday's part 1, New Me, New You. If you're new here and if you are one of my followers, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you can receive updates whenever I upload new videos. So this is part 2 for the New You, New Year 2021. We last left off at faith. Yesterday we talked only about 2 or 3 topics to go into that because I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with so much content in the beginning. So this is part 2. Part 2, we talk about faith. Faith is when we believe in ourselves, believing in the things that we cannot see. Basically believing in the better version of you. When we are talking about beauty in me, we're talking about the beauty that's inside of you. So if we're talking about faith, we're talking about the faith that you have in you. You're going to have faith in yourself that you are able to do whatever your desire is. You could love to cook, you could love to clean, you could love to sing. Whatever you know that your secret talent is that you have yet to expose to the world, you have faith in yourself that you can do those things, even though you have yet to see them. Even though you don't know what the better version of you look like, you know that there is a vision there of that. So believing in that is having faith, even though you've yet to see it. Staying committed to yourself is also an action of faith. As you stay committed to the things that you put forth in your life, in your standards, in your expectations, let's say I want to work out this year. I want to make sure I organize my home. I want to be a better mom, a better husband, or whatever the case may be. You're going to stay committed to that. Even though it's hard, even though you fall short, even though it's something new and something different, you're going to stay committed to that. And as you stay committed to the things that you cannot see and the things that are developing in the process, this is also an action of showing faith as well. So how you create your standards is basically through faith. You're going to create standards by being committed. So if you have, I want my Beauty and Me channel to come up and be one of the top known videos. I want it to go viral, or however you say. If I want that, I must be committed to that. I must be committed to uploading content, learning new things and new ways to reach my audience. I must be committed to this. Even though I don't know how it's going to turn out, even though it's slow and it's a process, with me staying committed to what I want, this creates standards. And the standards that is coming created is solely off of what I require of myself. The standards that I have for myself. Everyone wants to have standards for everyone else. You have to be this, you have to be 5'9", blah, 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 but what standards do you have for yourself? The standards that you have for yourself is ultimately what will bring you to your lifestyle. So staying committed, this is how we create our standards and our morals. It's hard in multiple ways. It's going to be hard, but committing to the work and not just committing to the external work. Anybody can put on a wig, put on makeup every day, but the internal work is the most important aspect because you can put on the facade, a good smile, but as a person gets to talking to you after a while, the inner work that needs to be done will eventually show. And this is basically a recipe for disaster if you're only aiming to fix what's external, because this is what's pleasing to the people eye. if you're not really trying to dig deep and find out exactly what it is that makes you who you are and better that, it will always be a never-ending battle. Because I feel, and once again, my videos is not off of anything but solely my opinion, and I feel that we don't get in life what we want, we get in life who we are. So if you're a person that do not stay committed to yourself and your expectations and your standards and requirements for you, what makes you think that you're going to find a spouse that value you, or you're going to find a spouse that's willing to commit to you? Because you're showing them that you don't commit to yourself. So therefore, why should I commit to you? So, we also have to keep that in mind when it comes down to being committed to ourselves and holding our standards and having faith and believing in the better version of you. So this is how we bring out the beauty that is inside of us, by tapping in and finding the broken pieces. If you have a broken childhood, you have to mend that broken little girl or that broken little boy before you can solely try to commit to someone else. Because once again, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. So if you're a broken person, you're going to get a broken. If you are in a certain place and you don't have, as little as you're supposed to have at the minimum, to build yourself further, a person can look at that and judge you like, oh, this person doesn't make a good decision with their money. Oh, this person isn't reliable. Oh, this person is this and this person is that. All because of the aspects of what you don't have. So bearing more fruit will always bring us closer to what we want for what we don't have yet. Because us bearing these fruits, a person will be able to evaluate us like, oh, this person, I know it's kind of stereotype or whatever you want to call it, but I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, the fruits that we bear is a reflection of us. Your work, the work that you've done on this earth is the fruits that you leave behind, so that's very important. I really don't care about the standards and the biased terms or whatever, because in order to do something you've never done before, you have to become someone you've never been before. In order to be the better version of you, the version of you that currently exists has to die, has to completely die. Because just like we can't take friends with us in certain places that we're going to go in the future, and we have to leave certain friends behind, you have to leave who you are today behind to become a better version of you. You can't take the habits that you have today with you where God has for you to go, or where you see for yourself to go. You cannot take the same attitudes, ways, and thought processes, mind frame. You can't take the same clothes and hair to where eventually, or I would suppose that you want to go. Because you have to reinvent, you have to basically rebirth, because what you have is not what you are aiming for. You're aiming for more. So if you go into the mind frame of less, walking into more, you will devour the more. So it is important to reinvent you. Reinventing yourself really means sacrificing those stubborn ways, sacrificing those attitudes, those unnecessary emotions that get you nowhere. In the end, it just makes us look very childish, and it makes us be seen as a person who do not have self-control, because you can't control your emotions. You can't control your reactions. You can't control yourself. And as an adult, we're responsible in controlling ourselves. So therefore, if we can control ourselves, we need to control the better aspect. If we know this is my trigger, I get mad when the person does this. When I see that happening, of course, I know I'm going to be upset. What am I going to do? How am I going to react? All you can control is yourself, your reactions, and your input on how you're going to receive those reactions and give those actions out. So that's about, a whole nother conversation we'll get to. I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but, ultimately, do not forget to, number one, believing is half the battle. Number two, knowledge, being able to give the knowledge that you have. Number three, talent, finding out what talent you possess that you can be able to utilize to better your life. This is why they say find the work that you love, because when you find work where your heart is, you'll find happiness, So also having faith in yourself, having faith in the unseen, having faith in the future you, in the better you, having faith in the beauty that is in you. Having faith is very important as well. Yes, we have religious faith, but we also have to have singularity faith that is within ourselves. Staying committed will always bring you standards. Staying committed will always bring you value. Staying committed will always bring you higher expectations of other people. And then the external work and the internal work. Like I said again, the internal work is always going to be most important. Yes, on external work, the fruits that we bear is a reflection of who we are, but you have to correct that inner before you can put anything out correctly. So that's about it, you guys. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for joining the Beauty in Me channel. There's more content and videos to come, so feel free to like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you will be able to be notified when I have new videos. Thanks again to all my beauties. We are all beautiful people in our own way, and I really appreciate you guys for coming today. Thank you.